Over the past 20 years, Quentin Tarantino's works have entertained a whole generation of fans while also educating a generation of moviegoers to the history of film genre through his own library of films. In 1992, Reservoir Dogs was a send-back to heist films, 2003 Kill Bill, the Hong Kong martial arts films and samurai cinema, and in 2007 Death Proof, a send-off to grindhouse cinema and slasher films. Now his latest release, Django Unchained, a mixture of spaghetti westerns and blaxploitation films, Tarantino doesn't break his tradition of entertaining, teaching, and causing controversy. Django Unchained centers on the titular lead, Django,
the D Asylum,
played by Jamie Foxx, a black slave who, after being freed by the German bounty hunter/dentist Dr. King Schultz, played by Christoph Waltz, goes on a journey to free Django's wife, Brunhilde von Schaft,
they call me Hildy,
played by Kerry Washington, from a cruel and charismatic plantation owner, Calvin Candy,
Gentlemen, you had my curiosity, but now you have my attention,
played by Leonardo DiCaprio. The film has garnered accusations of racism towards apparent black culture. Filmmaker Spike Lee, in an interview with Vibe magazine, said he would not see the film, explaining, "All I'm going to say is that it's disrespectful to my ancestors." In 2007, Quentin Tarantino, speaking with the Daily Telegraph, stating they wanted to do movies that deal with America's horrible past with slavery and stuff, but do them like spaghetti westerns, not like big issue movies.
Well, you know, it's funny because in this movie's a little different because, you know, there's two brands of violence in this film. That's not always been the case in my other movies, you know. In this one, you know, we have to deal with the true brutality of slavery. And I wanted to take a 21st century audience and stick them in the middle of Mississippi in the antebellum South and have them see this is America. This was America then. You have to see it that way.
Through his own visual and technical style, Tarantino raises issues and questions about society's outlook on race and sometimes not wanting to acknowledge ugly parts of America's history, but in a non-heavy-handed manner, letting the audience be entertained by a well-paced and easy-to-follow story with deep characters the audience can root for and relate to. I find this to be an element in certain films that directors often miss, such as in Lars von Trier's Melancholia in 2011, and Ridley Scott's recent Prometheus in 2012, films that present universal themes but with a badly paced film and boring, unrealistic characters. A typical Tarantino-esque technique at Django Unchained features diverse, colourful, multi-layered characters. To say that one single actor steals the show would be an insult to the rest of the cast. Jamie Foxx's character of Django is completely believable as he starts off as a common slave who's completely lost in an unknown world, yearning to find his love, Brunhilde. A subtle, somewhat silent performance reminiscent of Clint Eastwood's The Man with No Name, character from Sergio Leone's spaghetti westerns, one of the many inspirations for Tarantino's visual style.
I don't think it's nice you laughing. You see, my mule don't like people laughing. It's the crazy idea you're laughing at him. Now, if you apologize like I know you're going to, I might convince him that you really didn't mean it.
After first working with Tarantino in the 2009 war epic Inglourious Basterds as the ferociously colourful Colonel Hans Landa / the Jew Hunter, Christoph Waltz returns as the co-lead teacher role of King Schultz, whom takes Django under his wing and teaches him the rules of the bounty hunter trade and how to get through everyday life. Just recently earning a second Oscar nomination for his performance, Waltz absolutely steals every scene he's in as our aging killer who finds himself disturbed by the senseless violence he sees brought upon black slaves of the time, slavery, a concept he finds both stupid and disturbing. Leonardo DiCaprio stars as the ferociously villainous Calvin J. Candy, a very different role when compared to the rest of DiCaprio's filmography. Candy's villainy is increased when met with Samuel Jackson's performance, the devious house slave Stephen, a man who enjoys power over the rest of the slaves at Candyland and influences Calvin from behind closed doors. As Django and Schultz share the lead roles of the hero, Calvin and Stephen both share the role of villain. Now with his 8th film, Tarantino continues to entertain and educate a generation of fans with his vast knowledge of cinema history through his unique visual style and natural, witty dialogue between colourful, enigmatic cast of characters, all completely original and distinctly Quentin-esque. Although what I found the unexpected thing that differs Django from the rest of Tarantino's film library is how well written the romance is between the film's lead and Broomhilda, despite them sharing less than a quarter of the movie's 165-minute running time together. Through mental images of Broomhilda and how Django is gleefully amazed when Schultz informs him his wife shares the same name as a beautiful princess in an old German legend, we the audience can see that Broomhilda is always on Django's mind. I thoroughly enjoyed Tarantino's latest flick, finding myself laughing, shocked and tense the whole time, and it's a superb addition to his library. It's the best film he's done since his debut with Reservoir Dogs.
Changing your mind when you've seen him use a gun, boy. When you've seen him use a gun, he's the top of the West. Always cool, he's the best. He keeps alive with his Colt 45. To pull him around when you've seen him use a gun, boy. When you've seen him use a gun.